Hi, my name is Alice.
And my name is Andie.
And this is our game Word Link. Our educational goal is to expand the vocabulary of 8th and 9th grade students. Here we have a picture of one of our testers playing the game. She is a 9th grade student at Monte Vista High School, and through the game she was able to learn alternate definitions of certain words that she thought only had one meaning.
The process of gameplay is clear to the user. Once the user opens up the game to a start panel, there is a directions button leading to the directions page, a leaderboard button leading to the leaderboard panel, and a play button leading to the first level of the game, and a quit button that exits the game. Each button is labeled clearly with where it leads to. The directions panel has clear directions on how to play. Additionally, on the congrats panel, there are clear directions to click on a button if they wish to know the definition. This way, the user can utilize the education portion of the game. In the game, the letter boxes on the bottom of the screen are grouped together into a larger holding box. The empty spaces in the middle of the screen are the same size and shape, making gameplay intuitive and the user will know what to do. Once they make a word, feedback is shown through a message printing in the right-hand side if it is correct, and if nothing happens, it is not correct.
Our game includes 3 levels that consecutively get harder. At each level, one more letter is added, and the number of words they create also increases from level 1 to level 2. The set of letters printed are randomly chosen from a couple of arrays so that if the user plays the game again, the words they create will be different. Each game panel has a level number, hint button, pause button, and the main game. The game has a bar on the bottom with all the available letters. There are also squares with set numbers of letters which the user will drag letters to. As previously said, if the whole word is complete, we will check if it is a word and tell if it is correct. When all the words are complete and correct, the user moves on to the next level, first going to Congrats panel. At Congrats panel, the user can choose to click on a button to find out the definition of a word. This relates to our educational goal of helping the user learn more vocab.
An example of an array used is one of the words arrays. These arrays hold each set of words being solved for in each level. There are multiple arrays so that the game can be different each time and not repetitive.
One example where input changes the output of the game is at the very end of the game when the user is prompted to enter in a nickname. If the user's time was in the top 5 times, the user's nickname and time will print to the leaderboard. One example of where data is in a compact form is in vocabbank.txt. This is where all our definitions for each word are stored, so that when a definition needs to be printed, it is all located within one file.
Since there are many variables to keep track of, having meaningful variable names is very important. Each word in each set has a hint variable, a hinted variable, a y-coordinate variable, and a variable to keep track of whether it has been solved for. The arrays of words use the data type char instead of string, which is unnecessary. Final constants are used to calculate whether the user has dragged the letter into the empty spaces.
Our code is easy to follow because we split up each panel or each card of card layout into a separate class. These classes each include multiple methods and even nested classes that each have a different function. We use clear sequence of steps by using if-else statements. Based upon what the value of a specific variable is, it decides which level the card layout will change to, or if the user has completed all the levels and will show the final panel.java. Our for loop that prints the vocabulary buttons is also clear and makes it more convenient. It allows the user to click on separate buttons to view the definitions.
In Game Panel, we used Mouse Listener and Mouse Motion Listener, which let us detect when the user was dragging the mouse on the screen. In the method Mouse Dragged, we check where the user is dragging their mouse so we can print the corresponding click letter while it is being dragged. In Mouse Pressed, we used the location of where they clicked to determine which letter they were going to begin dragging and store it in the variable letter click.
2 pieces of feedback we received were from our first eval-B tester and our second eval-B tester. During our first evaluation, we had originally planned for 6 levels, but looking at the reaction of the tester, we realized that the levels were getting too hard and it was taking too long for the user to find the word, ultimately making the game more boring. Because of this, we decided to cut the number of levels down to 3. The feedback we received from our second evaluation tester was that they did not know if their answer was right or not, because we were not directly telling them that the word was correct. We only locked their answer in place on the panel. Because of this, we now print a string saying blank is correct in order to inform the user.
Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoy our final product.